Hello and welcome to another video from me, just a motocross novice. So this week I'm going to show you how I change the oil in my bike. Like I said, do this every sort of 2 to 3 rides, air filter every ride, just to keep on top of it. So all you'll need is oil filter, oil, or I use oil pan and some tools. So first thing I'd recommend, warm your bike up just to get the oil thin and it will come out a lot easier. Also undo the cap where you put the oil in. So this is the bolt that the oil drains from. You can see it there. It's just there on the bike there. Size 13 spanner. Get it in there. Crack it open. Oil pan always, so don't make a mess. Now with the KTMs they come with a copper washer and it's magnetic as well. I'll show you what happens. Get rid of that oil. So as you can see from the copper end, focus, catches all the metal residue on the end of there, so just wipe that out. So just give it a wipe and the old thing, make sure it's on the old towel, make sure it's nice and clean on the end. Oil doesn't look too bad on this. Like I say, I change it every 2 to 3 rides, so just make sure it's all draining, it doesn't look bad. That's it, just let it all drain out. It's a nice colour actually. So also on the KTMs, what they have got, once you drain the oil, put the plug back on, they've also got another filter. So this is just a 13mm. So just crack that. It's just another filter, worth checking. Make sure there's no metal shards or nothing like that in it, which it looks absolutely perfect. So fine, get it back on. So that's checked, it's all good. Just snug this up. You don't want to ever over tighten these things. Just keep them snug. That's it. That's that. The filter's all done. So next thing what we're going to do is change the actual oil filter. So this is where the oil filter is on KTM. It's just here, 8mm socket. It's these 2 little things. Again, be really careful with these. You don't want to over tighten them when you're doing back up or anything like that. One thing as well, I'll show you when this pops off, is that it has got a gasket in it. Not a gasket, like a seal. But when you're doing this back up, you want to do them even, not one really tight and the other one tight, because this is such thin aluminium, it will bend. So my tip to get this out, you can try and get your fingers in there, but I just use a pair of pliers, pinch that inside, doesn't look too bad. There is the old oil filter. So that's the old oil filter. I'll show you what it's like compared to a new one. So that's the old oil filter. So you can see the difference between the old and the new. It's the old one. It's the new one. It's just a bit cleaner and stuff. It doesn't look bad at all. Like I say, I change it every 2 to 3 rides, so it's absolutely perfect. Now, what I would do is pop a bit of oil on the new filter before you put it back in. It only goes one way. You see there that clips in. inside there, and then that's this side here. Pop a bit of oil on this filter just to make sure it's primed nicely. So this is the cap, and you can see it's got the seal around it. So like I said to you about putting it back on, new oil filters in there, it's in there snug. So when you're replacing this, again, pop it back on and do it up, but like I say, do it up evenly, because otherwise you will bend this cap. So once that's done, all the old oil's drained. You can see by the little window at the bottom there as well. You can't see it too clearly on the GoPro, but you can see there when the oil's filled up. Oil's drained, filter's changed, the other filter's been checked, it's all fine. Now it's time to put oil in. So recommend about 1 litre, that's what I normally put in. You can always check on a window, put a bit more on it, anything like that. So stick it in, check on the window, and that is an oil change all done.